4, 5. So I can write a relation. That is 1, 4, 1, 5, 2, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 5. So this is an example for a relation from A to B. This is an example only. This is an example for a relation from A to B. It's denoted as relation from A to B or A cross B. So this is sign. Okay. So this is an example for relation from A to B. Okay. Now I need to explain you what is domain and what is code. What is range? What is domain and what is range? Okay. So what is domain? Domain means it is set of all the first elements. That means here first element means 1, 2, 3. Set of all first elements is known as domain and set of all second elements is known as range. Understood? So set of all first elements is known as domain. Set of all second elements is known as range. Okay, so note down these things. When we do the problems, you'll be more clear. Okay, so understand what is a relation. Relation means we'll be forming some relation from first set to second set. It will have ordered pairs like this, ordered pairs. This is an example for a relation from A to B, and these are ordered pairs. Okay, so then what is domain? Domain means it is set of all first elements in this ordered pair. Range is set of all second elements from the ordered pair. Okay. Now we have various types of relation. We have different types of relation. Different types of relation. So you need to note down that also important. What are different types of relation? Different types of relation. First is a reflexive relation. First is reflexive. Reflexive. We have reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. Symmetric, transitive. Three types of relation. Reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. Suppose I'll say an example for reflexive. Suppose I'm having a relation from A to B. I am having elements like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Then I'm having elements same numbers in the ordered pair, right? 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Then I can say it is reflexive. Okay, so I can say this is reflexive. Okay, so this is an example for reflexive relation. Just note down what is reflexive. That means x comma x is an element of this relation R. Then it is reflexive. Okay, x comma x. I'll show another example. If A has A's 1, 2, 3, and we are defining a relation from A to A itself. A to A itself. And this is 1, 1, 2, 2. Is this reflexive? Is this relation reflexive? Is this relation reflexive?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it? See whether 3 has 3,
No, ma'am.
3.
No.
So it is not reflexive. For every element, we should have this thing. This condition should be satisfied. Okay. So then only it will become reflexive. So here it is not reflexive. If there was 3, 3 also, then it is reflexive. Understood? So this is reflexive. Then next one is symmetric. What do you mean by symmetric relation? Symmetric relation means if A comma B is present, then B comma A should also be there. I can say an example, that is if A is sister of B, then B is also sister of A, right? If both are girls, assuming girls. If a family has two girls, A is sister of B, B is sister of A. That is symmetric. If A is husband of a lady, if A is husband of B, is B husband of A? No, she should be a wife. Okay, so that is not symmetric. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood what is symmetric and not symmetric? Okay, so well, that is reflexive means x comma x should be there. Symmetric means if A comma B is there, B comma A should also be there. Then that relation is known as symmetric. Then we'll see what is transitive. Transitive relation. Transitive relation means if A comma B is there and B comma C is there, there should be A comma C also. Understood? If A is related to B, B is related to C, then A should be related to C also. I'll show an example. If we have three triangles, say A, B, and C. If we have three triangles, I'm just naming as A, B, and C. Then this triangle is similar to this triangle. It is given that A is similar to B. And it's given that B is similar to C. Then isn't it A similar to C? Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is transitive. Okay. So this with this similar triangle, we can also check reflexive. Is A similar to A? Is A similar to A? Is A similar to A?
Yes.
Every triangle is similar to itself, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is reflexive. And if A is similar to B, A is similar to B, is B similar to A?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is symmetric also. So it's reflexive, symmetric, and it's transitive also. So a similar triangle is an example for both for all these three. So we call it as equivalence relation. We call it as equivalence relation. Equivalence relation. Understood. So if all these three are satisfied means it is equivalence relation. Clear? So understand reflexive, symmetric, transitive, and equivalence relation. Okay? It is clear now. Everyone have noted this in your book.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Next we'll yes. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Next we'll see what is functions. Functions. We'll see functions. What do you mean by functions? Or functions means suppose x is a variable, function is denoted as f of x. So in the sets also we can define functions. That is we have a set over here, we have a set over here. We can define a function from here. That means if x is here, we can define function to this f of x. Okay. But what you need to understand from this topic is what is one function, onto function, many one function. There are certain terms that you need to understand. Okay. So see what is, first of all, you see what is one function and many one function. Suppose I am having a set here. Then I'm having elements A, B, C, D. Here I'm having A, B, C. First I'm explaining what is many one. Many one function. Many one function. What is many one function? That means if see here function defined from value of function for A and B is same here, no? That means I can say this is image. All the elements here I am mentioning as image. And all the elements here I am mentioning as pre-image. So see, common image is available for A and B, right? Common image is available for C and D. That means for many, one is there. For many, one is there. Understood? Such a function is known as many one function. Suppose I'll show another example. If our function f of x is x square. F of x is x square. We are defining this in integer. We are defining this in integer. Then, is this a one function or many one function? Is this a many one function? See, if I am checking for f of 1, what I'll get? 1 square is 1. F of minus 1 square is also 1. So 1 and minus 1 both are having same answer, right? So that means this is many one function. Understood? Many one function.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is one function. What is one function? One function. Just opposite. One function. One function means each will have distinct value. If A, B, C, D is there, capital A, capital B, capital C, capital. One. All will have different values, different images. Understood? All will have different images. Like I can say f of x is equal to x cube. I'm defining in integer. And f of minus 1 is what? Minus 1. F of positive 1 is positive 1. So I'm having different answer, no? So this is an example for one function. For minus 1, it is minus 1. For 1, it is 1. Understood? So this is many one function. They all will have different images. And what is the other name of one function? Other name of one function is injective. Injective function. Another name of one function is injective function. Okay, understood what is one? Then we'll see onto function. Next function is onto function. Onto function. What is onto function? Suppose Arjun, Shailesh, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Onto function means if I'm having A and B, then A, B, C, D. Every element from B should have at least one pre-image. At least one pre-image. Suppose see here, every element from B are having one pre-image now. Nothing is missed here. Everything is having pre-image here. That means it is onto function. Understood what is onto function? That means for every element here we have pre-image here. That is onto function. Or another name is surjective. Surjective. Onto function or surjective. Now, next thing is what is opposite of onto function? That is into function. Into function. What is an into function? Into function means see this D is not having any preimage here. So it is into function. That means from this, this D is not having any preimage. So if everything is having a preimage, we can say it is onto function. If anything is not having a preimage, means it is into function. Understood? Okay, so what is many one function? What is one function? What is onto function? What is into function? Is this four clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, next
Yes, ma'am.
thing is, what is bijective function? Bijective. What is bijective function? What do you mean by bijective function? Okay, Anas, which one? Read again. Is it onto one or in one? Onto. Okay. Onto means, see, we are having A and B, no? See, here we call image. That means this image, this is pre-image. So every element here is having one pre-image. See, everything is having pre-image here, no? What is the pre-image of A? Small a. Pre-image of B? Small a. Pre-image of C? B. Pre-image of D? C. Everything is having pre-image. That means it is onto. Now, this capital D is not having any pre-image, no? No pre-image is present. So it is into. Understood. Everything should have a pre-image, means that is onto. If anything is not having a pre-image, means it is into. Clear? Now, if is it clear, Anas? Onto and into. Anas. Vivek NP. Into means next opposite. That is okay. Here D is not having any pre-image, so it is into function. Then another name of onto is surjective. Another name of onto is surjective. Now I was explaining what is bijective function. What is bijective? If a function is both one and onto, we call it as bijective function. If a function is both one and onto, if a function is both one and onto, we call it as bijective function. Understood? So if a function is bijective, one and onto, we call it as bijective. Write everything in your notebook. Whatever I'm saying. If these topics are clear, only we'll be able to solve the questions from this chapter. Next, inverse of a function. Next, inverse of a function. What is inverse of a function? Inverse of a function. Or this will be asked like a statement question. What are the conditions for inverse of a function to be existing? For a function should have an inverse, what are the conditions? Condition is they should be 1, 1 and onto. If a function is both 1, 1 and onto, it will have inverse. If a function is both 1, 1 and onto, it will have inverse. Clear? Now, as an example, I'll just show the inverse of a function. Let's show the inverse of a function. Is it clear what are the conditions for a function to be having inverse? It should be 1, 1 and onto. Now suppose they are asking you what is the inverse? That means f of x, if they are giving a function f of x as 4x minus f of x as 4x minus 7. A function is defined as 4x minus 7. Just note down this. I am taking an example to check whether function is invertible and what is the inverse. Okay, just if you want to write as a question is what is the inverse of this function? F of x is equal to 4x minus 7. What is the inverse of this function? F of x is equal to 4x minus 7. Options. There are 3 options. X plus 4 by 2, x plus 7 by 4, x plus 4 by 2, x plus 7 by 4, x minus 7, x minus 4 by 5 does not exist. Does not exist. These are the options. First option, second option, third option, fourth option. Just write down. Okay, Anas, your answer is correct. That is inverse is correct. Very easy to find inverse. Just put f of x as y. Y is equal to 4x minus 7. So y plus 7 is equal to 4x. X is equal to y plus 7 by 4. Your inverse is correct. Option B. But see this option does not exist. One condition is also here. We are not sure without checking whether it is 1, 1 or onto. We cannot write it as it whether we are not sure whether it is having inverse or not. So you need to try whether it is having it is 1, 1 or onto. Okay, so onto is obviously it is onto, but we need to check 1, 1. 1, 1 you need to check. How can we check that? Means suppose what is 1, 1? 1, 1 how you need to check is you take it as there are two x1 two variables x1 and x2. Substitute here. So 4x1 minus 7 is equal to 4x2 minus 7. Then minus and minus will go. 4x1 is equal to 4x2. You will get x1 is equal to x2. Only if you get x1 is equal to x2, it is 1, 1 function. It is 1, 1 function. In case of square and all, we may not be able to get x1 equal to x2 because negative and positive will have square same. Understood? So in case of this linear functions and all, it will be 1, 1 only. Okay. So anyhow, if you get a question to find the inverse, what you need to do is you need to check whether it is 1, 1 or 1, 2. Then only do. Okay. So here it is 1, 1 and 1, 2. If we are able to write like this is onto. If we are able to write like this is onto. Y is equal to this, and if we are able to derive x separately, that is onto. But anyhow, you need to check whether it is 1, 1. Okay. Umesh, 1 1 on 2 many one, that topic you heard now, that topics you understood now. Is
Yes,
this
ma'am.
question that I need to explain again? Question now? Okay, see, this in this question they are asking to find the inverse of the function f of x is equal to 4x minus 7. We need to check, you need to find the inverse of this function 4x minus 7. So these are the options given. So for a function to be having an inverse, it should be 1 1 and on 2. So first I am checking 1 1. For checking 1 1, just write, put x1 and x2 here. 4x1 is equal minus 7 is equal to 4x2 minus 7. X1 and x2. Then simplify that, check whether you are getting x1 equal to x2. If you are getting x1 equal to x2, it is 1 1. And for checking on to, just write from here, put y is equal to 4x minus 4 and take x alone. So x is equal to y plus 7 by 4. So this is on to. And what is, so this is 1 1 and on to. So it is invertible. And what is the inverse? Inverse is x is equal to y plus 7 by 4. Understood, Umesh? Umesh? Okay. Now write some more problems. I'll write on the board. Just write all questions and start. If A is equal to 1, comma 2, comma 5, comma 6, and B is equal to 1, comma 2, comma 3, what is A cross B intersection B cross B? If A is equal to 1, comma 2, comma 5, comma 6, and B is equal to 1, comma 2, comma 3, what is A cross B intersection B cross A? Just try how to write this. What are the elements of A cross B? A cross B, what are the elements? 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3. Now what about B cross A? 1, 1, 1 2, 1 5, 1 6, 2 1, 2 2, 2 5, 2 6, then 3 1, 3 2, 3 5, 3 6. Clear? Now find the intersection. A cross B intersection, B cross A means what are common here? What are the things common here? 1 comma 1 is there, 1 comma 2 is there. Okay. Any other elements are common here? 2 comma 1 is common. 2
Two.
comma 2 is common. Anything else?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So our answer is, what is the intersection? 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 2 comma 1, 2 comma 2. Okay, clear.
Yes, ma'am.
So write down the next question. Is it clear, Umesh? It is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next question. If A is equal to, if A is equal to, if A is equal to 4n plus 2, 4n plus 2, where n is a natural number, where n is a natural number, where n is a natural number. If A is equal to 4n plus 2, where n is a natural number, and B is equal to 3n, where n is a natural number. This is a set. I'm defining two sets. Then what is A intersection B equal to? Then what is A intersection B equal to? What is A intersection B equal to? Options. First option, 12n square plus 6n. Second option, 24n minus 12. Third option, 12n square minus 6n. Last option, 12n minus 6. Let's find it out. What are the elements of this set? What are the elements of this set? What are the elements of the set? 4n plus 2 means what are the elements possible? 4 into 1 plus 2, 6. 4 into 2 plus 2, 10. Like that it will go, no? Just find the common elements. Six, 10, 14, 18, 22, 26. It will go like this. Then B. B, what is B? B will be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, etc. So what is common here? What is common here? A intersection B means 6, 18, etc. Isn't it? So which is the condition satisfying this one? 6, 18 and all, which is the condition?
D.
Option D.
Option
Option D, ma'am.
B or D?
D.
D, D.
D. Yes, D is correct. Everyone got option D?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. That means just substitute and see. 12 into 1 minus 6 and 12 into 2 minus 6. We will get 6 and 18. Okay. Write down the next question. This is clear for everyone, right? Then do the next question. Before that, I forgot to mention one thing. Just write this in a box. How many relations are possible? That means, Joel, any doubt?
No, no, ma'am.
No? Okay.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Sorry?
Hello. No,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay. That means if we have a, I'm saying a point that I forgot to mention. Just put this in a box. If I'm having a set with elements A, B, C. Okay. A, B, C. Okay. And I'm having a set D. Then how many relations are possible? How many relations are possible? From A to B. How many relations are possible from A to B? Number of elements in the relation, it is 2 raised to 3 into 2. That means 2 raised to 6. Understood? Understood this? That means how many elements are there in that relation? That is, here 3 is there, 2 is there. So 2 raised to 3 into 2. Okay. Is it okay? Put this in a box, okay. Number of relations from A to B is 2 raised to 3 into 2. Where this is number of elements from A, 3, and number of elements from B. So 2 raised to 6. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Any doubts till now?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Now, next question. Write down the next question. Let A is equal to -1, 2, 5, 8, and B is equal to 0, 1, 3, 6, 7. R is relation. R is relation. And this relation is defined as is 1 less than. Is 1 less than. From A to B. From A to B. Then how many elements will R contain? Will R contain? Options 2, 3, 5, 9. Let A is equal to this one, B is equal to this one, R is relation and is defined as is 1 less than from A to B. Then how many elements will R contain? What are the elements of this relation? First of all, what are the elements of this relation? Umesh, can you say what are the elements of this relation? A cross B. Nobody is getting what is the elements of this relation?
-1 0 -1
Minus
3
1, 0,
-1 1
2, 3, 5, comma 6,
Five.
which is correct.
Yes, ma'am.
What's it meaning? It's meaning that element of A is 1 less than element of B. Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
A is 1 less than B. So my relation is minus 1, comma 0, 2, comma 3, 5, comma 6. So how many elements are present? 3 elements. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So all of you in your video, show me the last question that we did. Show me. Okay, Advaith, okay, Ashwin, okay, Arjun, okay, Adarsh,
Shabna,
okay,
one minute,
Anirudh, okay, Shensha, okay,
1 minute.
Atul, okay,
Shabna, can you hear me?
Yes.
One information, all of you.
Sir,
Yeah. See the max class which is being recorded, no, that will be uploaded in the YouTube only.
sir, I am unable to hear you.
Yeah. Others are able to hear. Students are able to hear me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, check the YouTube. Okay, so every day evening we'll be uploading. Yesterday we could not upload. Today we'll upload everything. It will be the YouTube only. Our channel, Genius channel. Just search for it. Okay, so that you have
Okay.
in number of times you can, how many nights you want to see, you can see. Okay, and Saturday also we'll have a class. Okay, so here after this month full, Saturday also class is there. Okay, guys.
Okay, guys. Okay, sir.
Tomorrow and Friday, chemistry class will be there, and history class. Saturday, biology class. Same.
Okay, sir.
All in same time. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, students, any doubts from today's class?
Yeah, ma'am.
No,